Jenkins.
Hi. Have you seen Quinn?
Yeah, he just got back to town last night.
Oh, great. Is he coming into work tonight? What time is he going to be here?
Hold on. He didn't know if or when he'd ever be coming back here when I spoke to him.
Oh, I have to speak to him right away. Look, if you run into him, will you tell him that I'm looking for him and it's very important?
Will do.
Great.
Anything else?
Huh?
Can I get you anything?
Oh, no. No, thanks.
What's your name? Joe. Wait.
2 weeks. Then what?
Do you mind telling me what we're doing here?
Just going on a hunch. Hey! How's it feel to be your first day back? Just about to call you. Oh, yeah? Why don't you do something for me? What's this? I found it in the basement.
Leave me alone. Need faces.
In the grave.
I don't want faces. I don't want to smile. All right?
Search for Tomorrow is brought to you by Mountain Grown Folgers. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
What's the big deal? Maybe you fell off Quinn's clothes when he's down there digging in the basement.
The material is old, Cagney. You feel it.
Well, maybe it's just a rag or something that got burned in the fire.
That isn't a burn. That's decay. That material's been down there for years.
I'll have the lab check it out right away, find out what it is, find out how old it is.
Good. There's something's been bothering me about Quinn's story.
What?
The fact that he thought it was all so real, it couldn't have been a dream.
Wait a minute, you actually think he actually saw something down there in the basement?
All I'm saying is that if you got a little spare time, I just want you to do a little investigating for me.
Spare time. No problem at all. 2 weeks, I'll have plenty of time.
Why? What are you talking about?
Check this out.
What is it?
Pink.
Kevin, you've been fired.
Your fellow officers trying to make you feel at home again? Is that
This
it?
is a joke, right? It's all a
Not
joke.
a joke. It's real.
Can't be.
I'm a lawyer. Sign it.
It came from Lieutenant Grant. It's for real.
But how?
Why?
Look, there's got to be a mistake here.
I'm afraid not. It came straight from the commissioner. One thing I know for sure. There's something wrong. Something really stinks. Someone's behind people's backs here, pulling strings. And I'm not going to stop till I find out who that someone is.
Miss Kendall, I would like you to meet my grandson, Jerry. Jerry, this is Stella Kendall, owner of Club Stella.
How do you do?
Jerry, I'm very pleased to meet you. Hello.
So what are you doing here?
Oh, I just stopped by to have a drink. And you?
Well, I am going to have dinner with Miss Kendall.
Excuse me, Estelle. May I have a word with you?
Oh, excuse me. One of the hazards of eating in one's own establishment.
It was nice meeting you.
Oh, are you leaving? Mickey, why don't you put Mr. Henderson's bill on my tab?
Thank you.
I won't be a moment.
Hey, well, where were you off to in such a hurry?
Oh, I have a date.
With whom?
Evie, who else?
Well, you know, I haven't seen you in quite a while. What have you been up to?
Just been busy.
Yeah, with what?
I'm sorry, Grandfather. I've got to go. Evie's expecting me.
Oh, I see. Well, have a nice time.
Bye-bye, Jerry. Well, shall we?
Yeah, thank you. May I?
Yes, thanks.
Well, it's so nice to have dinner with you tonight.
I'm very flattered that you asked me. But I must confess, I'm also rather curious.
Oh?
Yes. After all, you and I have only met in passing. So to what do I owe this honor?
Well, the truth is, Miss Kendall...
Please call me Estelle.
All right, Estelle, see, you have become such a prominent part of this community in such a short time that I felt we should get better acquainted.
Tell me something. Are you whining and dining me in order to get my vote?
Perish the thought. Are you registered?
That's wonderful. You know, I'm a great fan of yours.
Well, nice of you to say so.
Any man who can bounce back from adversity and redirect his career in the way that you've done is very impressive to me.
No, wherever did you hear all that?
I'll let you into a little secret. I read what I publish.
Well, that makes two of us. I read what you publish, too. And I must say that the Herald is a much better paper under your leadership.
Thank you. I try. I really admire anyone who decides to go into politics. And I followed your career with particular interest.
Well, that's very flattering. No, but your achievements really are unusual. I mean, first, you acquired the Herald and then completely turn it around. And then you create this Club Stella. Really, it's very courageous of you, I would say.
Courageous? How do you mean?
Well, after all, after the flood, this was a time for necessities, not for elegance. And I think very, very few people would have even have thought of investing in a place like this.
Well, I suppose I realized that people wouldn't always be digging out of mud.
And how right you were. This is just the place for the new Henderson. You have an eye for success, haven't you?
Thank you.
Oh, and then all your committee work. How do you even have time to do it?
I like to keep busy.
Oh, you're very modest.
No, I'm not. In fact, I find that I still have some time for the right projects.
That sounds as if you had something in mind.
Ever since you phoned me, I've been toying with an idea that I'd like to discuss with you.
All ears.
I'd love to work on your Senate campaign. If you can find the right spot for me.
I've been waiting and waiting for you.
Oh, and I've been waiting for you, too. But you all right? Now, Quinn didn't hurt you, did he?
No, he just scared me.
He scared you, huh? Was it something he did, or was it something he said?
I don't want to talk about Quinn. Just hold me.
Well, I came as soon as I could.
For me,
Why, who else?
I met Kate.
Hi, Quinn's mother.
She took me in. She gave me clothes.
Oh, yes, well, Kate has always been a very generous soul. But tell me something. How did Quinn get you into the States?
We stowed away on a tanker. The lad is a tortured soul.
Cat. Is it still me that you want?
I was going to ask you the same.
Waiter.
Yes.
What would you like?
Oh, I think I'll have a mineral water, please, with some lime.
Fine, and I'll have a double scotch on the rocks.
Certainly.
Hey, big guy. Get any sleep on that broken down old sofa of mine?
No. I try. A little too wired. Thought I'd come down here and work for a couple hours if it's okay with you.
Okay. Are you kidding? I can use all the help I can get.
Great.
Hey, you know, you hardly said a word last night. I'm dying to know. What were you doing in Ireland?
It was just a score I had to settle.
Any luck?
No, I ended up losing just about everything that meant anything to me.
Hey, no self-pity behind this bar. We get enough of that on the other side. Capiche?
Capiche.
Walk or talk?
Come on, I don't want to get into it, all right?
Oh, I bet there was a girl involved.
Yeah, there was. She was only a part of it.
Well, will wonders never cease? My most popular bartenders finally decided to put in an appearance.
I beg your pardon?
Quinn Cleary. He's been gone for weeks on end without so much as a phone call to let us know he was going or when he'd be back.
Oh, you don't strike me as the kind of person who would put up with that kind of arrogance.
You know, you're right. I'm not. Will you excuse me for a moment? What do you think you're doing behind that bar?
Estelle, look, I know you're ticked off from me taking off like that. I'm sorry, I didn't have any time to explain. I had to go and...
I asked you a question.
Working.
Will you please come out?
Look, I can explain.
You don't work here any longer.
But...
Did you hear me? Fired.
Man, smiling nice people. To think I shook hands with him, and all the time he was here to get rid of me.
Hey, the police commissioner came all the way down here to personally tell Grant to fire you? Doesn't make any sense.
What were the reasons, then? Maybe there's something you can appeal.
He went over my record with a fine-tooth comb, pointing out every minor infraction. But that's just it. They were all minor infractions, nothing serious enough to get me canned. Not by a long shot.
All right, what about Lieutenant Grant? Didn't he back you up on this?
Sure he did. He wanted to quit and protest, but what good is that going to do at this time of the year with all his kids? Besides, it wouldn't get me back on the force.
Seems like somebody's pulling some strings, doesn't it?
Yeah. And Grant said the commissioner acted like he knew it was wrong.
They made him do it anyway.
Somebody with enough power to make a commissioner squeal.
Somebody who was running scared.
Okay. We all know who we're talking about. The judge.
Look, Hobbs' confession was a little too pat. We both think that, right? Well, I talked to your mother earlier about that whole scene up on the roof.
You talked to her about it? She wouldn't talk to me. What did she say?
She said that she felt that the judge was leading Hobbs to a confession. Now, you were there. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, she was out of her mind. You really think the judge could get her to go along with it? I mean, the woman committed suicide.
Yeah, and as you said, the lady was out of her head.
And hopelessly in love with the judge.
And the judge is a master at manipulating people.
What if I'm right? I mean, if I were the judge, I'd do anything I could to squash the McClearys before we exposed them.
Whereas I'm not one of his targets.
He still thinks that we're on the outs.
Okay, so what do you want me to do, Mr. McCleary? You want me to get my job back and find some evidence to nail the guy?
Would you?
Do you have to ask?
Don't worry, Cagney. The judge isn't going to get away with any of us.
Hogan, if the judge is after all of us, then Quinn's a sitting duck. We got to find him fast.
You can't mean that. Let me explain. You see, I had to get out of town. I had a family problem.
Time for explaining was before you left. You left without calling Bella or me or finding someone to cover for you or giving us a chance to replace you. And you've been gone for an entire month. I find it hard to believe you even have the nerve to presume you still work here.
Estelle,
you're fired.
Please.
sorry.
Hey. And no family, got no home. Why not the job, too? There's only one thing left to do.
Hey, look, you can stay with me till you find another job.
Nah. I gotta get out of here. I gotta leave town for good.
Malcolm came back for me.
Yes, so I see.
Hello, Kate.
Hello, Malcolm. I am very sorry to hear that Quinn interrupted your wedding. Please accept my apologies.
Oh, well, you know, the lad is confused.
I promised to look after him. It won't happen again.
Can I help you, Matilda?
No, not heavy.
Listen, Kat. There's a plane for Ireland in less than an hour. Now, I hate to rush him.
I'll go change.
You can wear those things if you like.
Thank you, anyway.
But I couldn't get on that plane and leave you alone. I couldn't leave you here to face Quinn and hand out another pack of lies. So I went back to the judge. I told him I wasn't going to win this time. And of course he got on the phone to the police commissioner and had Cagney fired straight away. Now don't worry. Don't worry. I'm just going to take Kat home. And then I'll come back and I'll deal with the judge.
Scared?
No, well, don't be. Don't be. No. Oh, no, I'm going to make it all right, darling. I am going to pay him back for everything he's done. One way or another, I'm going to make all this up to you. I swear it, Kate.
John, thank you. I appreciate you getting back to me so quickly. Yeah. All right. The lab came back with some quick tests on the cloth that you carry. It's a tan cotton blend, approximately 23 years old. The stitching indicates that it was a shirt pocket.
Dad's uniform at the Henderson Mill was tan.
Come on, let's go talk to your mother.
Well, what a surprise.
This can't go on.
Beg your pardon?
You are going to tell my boys the truth.
Oh, you're all upset.
You just listen to me. You are going to tell them the truth about Malcolm and Matt.
The whole truth?
Yes! This is killing Quinn. It's killing him.
Oh, and there's nothing more painful to a mother's heart than to see her son suffer.
I just want you to tell them the truth about that payroll and that Malcolm had...
No! I'm afraid that's impossible. Oh, I feel sorry for that McCleary boy.
Oh, I wouldn't. He knew what he was doing. And as you said, no one should have to put up with that kind of arrogance.
Would you mind if we continued this discussion at your place?
Do you really think that's necessary?
Believe me, I really do.
All right. I'll just tell Mickey that I'm leaving. Mickey?
Quinn, listen to me. No one says you have to make a decision right away. Look, you just got back into town. You're tired. Give yourself some time to adjust.
Thanks, Mickey, but I'm out of here.
Quinn.
Oh, Jerry, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell him.
Tell me what?
I've been looking all over for you.
Oh, great. That's just what I needed.
No, wait. I have something that belongs to you. I should have given it to you a long time ago. Can we? What? First of all, you have to promise not to tell anybody where you got this or involve me in it in any way.
All right. Unless I have to.
Read the inscription.
To my beloved Matt. Love, Kate. Where did you get this?
Take it easy. I didn't steal it. I found it.
Where?
In the basement. With your father's body.
I'm ready. You have everything.
Oh, well, Kate, it was very good to see you again. I'm sorry about Quinn. But I'll be in touch.
Thank you for all you did for me. When you see Quinn, tell him to go to the sea. It has healing powers.
Tonight, come home to NBC for the holidays with Mickey's Christmas Carol. It's a Dickens of a story. Then NBC presents a tribute to an American family with a warm Christmas spirit. A Year in the Life, premiering tonight.